Hello, today I'll be taking a look at the StarToys ST01 Commander, or their version of a Transformers masterpiece Blitzwing. And here's the box, here's the front, here's one of the sides, it has the line art of his jet mode. Here's the other side, it has the line art of his tank mode. Here's the back, has line art of all three modes. And here's the top and bottom, they're the same. So this is the 2024 version. For this version, they darkened the colors a little bit. I'm not sure what the intention was, but I think that it's supposed to be closer to the toy colors, because I think the cartoon colors were a little bit lighter. Here's the original version where the tan color is much lighter. And here he is. He comes packed in this clear plastic clamshell. So let's get him out of his clamshell and check him out. And there's this clear plastic sheet to protect it from scratches, I guess, which is nice. He comes with this additional faceplate, which is kind of a screaming faceplate, or open mouth faceplate. And he comes with his sword, which is in purple molded plastic with some yellow paint. And his gun, which is just in molded purple plastic. Not much detailing, so it's kind of boring looking. And lastly, we have the figure itself. It seems like there are no instructions with this figure, but they have these QR codes on the back of the box. The one on the right takes you to a video that shows you the transformation. I won't be showing you a transformation in this video, so when you get yours, you can check out that video if you want to know how to transform it. So here he is out of the box. He comes slightly mistransformed. You need to fold out these heel spurs here. And then there are these side leg pieces, which I think actually look better folded up, but for cartoon accuracy, you can fold them down. On mine, one of them is not as tight as the other one, but I'm not sure if that's the case on all of them. So let's take a look at him from all sides. Looks really nice, very cartoon accurate. He doesn't have a lot of paint application. Mainly just on details on his chest and his head. Here's a close-up of his chest and face. You can see there's some paint apps, but mainly this figure is very sparsely painted. So let's check out his articulation. His head can rotate 360. It has good up movement. Has very high up movement if you lift up this piece here. I think it's really good for flying poses. You don't really notice the break in the sculpt much from this angle. And he has some downward movement, which is nice, and a little bit of side to side. So very good head articulation. This side piece here keeps untabbing on mine. I don't know if that's a common issue. For his arms, he has this heavy ratchet for the upward movement, and he can move it all the way up and probably 360, but it's hindered by the backpack. And his arms can go out 90 degrees. He has a more than 90-degree elbow bend and a bicep swivel. He has wrist rotation, and it can move a little bit in and out. And he has pinned fingers, which are articulated at 2 points. And his thumb is also articulated at 2 points. So he has a nice full range of finger movement. His fingers can't really splay out, so that's unfortunate. I guess he won't be doing any jazz performances, at least none with the jazz hands. He has some waist rotation here, but it's hindered by the backpack. And he has a nice deep ab crunch. Looks pretty good. And he can bend backwards a little bit, but it breaks the sculpt and it looks not great. So to move his legs out, you have to lift up this front hip skirt here, which is on one piece, which is not the best design. But he can kick out 90 degrees and back a little less than 90 degrees, mainly because of the backpack. And he can lift it out to the side, 90 degrees. And he has a full knee bend, well past 90 degrees. And he has a good ankle tilt here. And his feet can move upwards, which is nice for walking poses. And you can articulate his heel spur, which is nice for balancing in some poses. So let's take a look at his accessories. He comes with this sword, which I think is similar to the sword that came with his G1 toy. And he can hold it in his hand, of course, with the usual Masterpiece method of holding weapons. Just tab it into his hand and fold up the fingers. And it works really well. It was pretty easy. And he also comes with his gun, which he can hold by the same tabbing mechanism. Just tab it into his hand, fold up his fingers. It works really well. Everything tabs in very securely. So here he is with all his weapons. And the other accessory he comes with is this additional faceplate. It's kind of a screaming face. So to change the face, you just need to lift up his head and then pull the faceplate forward. You can see there's just this slot here. And there are some tabs on the back of the faceplate. And then you just tab it in. Pretty easy. So this figure has really good articulation, but let's see what poses he can do, because that's the real test of good articulation. So there you go, he can do a really good kneeling pose. Using the ab crunch really helps. Let's see how well he balances, and if he can do a running pose. There you go, he can. He's pretty top heavy, so it's pretty nice that he can balance himself. So I'm noticing that the tan colors vary a little bit based on the lighting, but overall it's still darker than the original. And here are some other poses he can do. A nice side kick, some finger poses, a pointing pose, rock on, and the finger pose that everybody wants to see, the reverse middle finger. For some comparisons, here he is with Fans Toys Astral Train. You can see that he's slightly on the tall side. Here he is with KFC's Octane, and with MP36 Megatron, with Deformation Space Skywarp, and with the official MP Soundwave, with the official MP Dirge. And here he is in jet mode. For some reason I didn't take a video of him when he was in jet mode or take very good pictures, which I'm very disappointed in. Here he is compared to the Legacy Blitzwing and the original MP Starscream. And here he is in tank mode compared to some other tanks. Fans Toys Warpath, Legacy Blitzwing, a tanker truck, KFC's Octane, and a tank engine, Fans Toys Astrotrain, and with MP44. And I think that's going to be about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.